I'm hidden. That kid's probably reviving his boy, so you're probably good for a second.
No, I'm build battling. I got him now.
Fucking dickhead came up behind me with
Yeah. Oh, come on.
and you got a plane. Oh my god.
No fucking way. Mother.
They need to vault that stupid shit, bro. I hate the fucking plane.
Bro, did you see what happened?
No, but I know what happened. It happened to me earlier.
Alright guys, it's Ronny Haze, and today we're going to talk about balancing the planes in Fortnite. How to properly fix the planes, or how Fortnite should once and for all properly balance and fix the planes. If you want to keep them for transportation, I don't think they're going to leave the game or be removed or vaulted anytime soon, mostly because they're in the challenges. They're in a number of challenges, and even though they removed clingers from the game and you still had clinger challenges, you could substitute that for grenades and stuff. So I just don't think they will, just based off of challenges and whatnot alone. And the planes themselves don't seem like a bad idea, especially for transportation. I mean, obviously when you're in a fight near the storm and it's a long knockdown, drag out fight, and you gotta get going and there's not enough time, dying in the storm sucks, which if they properly balance the storm in the first place instead of just copying it from a different game without thinking what is the purpose of the storm, trust me, I got a video coming for the storm. They're incompetent when it comes to balancing certain things, and I feel like it has a lot to do with their focus heavily on making new items, making the game refreshing and new, and creating new content, which isn't bad, but it should be a 50-50 focus on the new content and balancing the content you're putting in the game. But I kind of feel like Epic Games focuses 80%, 90% on the new items, and they neglect the hell out of balancing the game, and it's getting worse and worse. And I have a feeling it's because they're becoming a little too reliant on the community to balance it for them. Haven't you guys noticed a little pattern forming here where they put out crap, they wait for us to complain about what's good and what's bad, and then they make adjustments? And don't you dare say it's early access. Obviously, that's not what I'm talking about. We're talking about things that should have been balanced before these items were put in the game. Common sense stuff that was neglected because they're just not paying attention to balancing. They're focused on skins and new items, gimmicky weapons, and it's happening more and more. The storm is something I've been wanting to talk about. We'll save that for a separate video, but the plane. First off, if you want to balance it, right, let's just start here. You have to think, what's the purpose of adding a plane to the game? What is the purpose? Well, the primary purpose of the plane is for transportation. The secondary would be for attacking and positioning, because you do have guns on the plane. Now let's look at transportation. It's fine. It doesn't go too fast. There's a thrust. It seems well balanced in that aspect, or at least I feel like it's well balanced in how fast it goes. Now when it comes to its secondary purpose, the attack, I think the attack is not proportioned right. You should do, and I know it doesn't make sense, but this is for balance specifically. This is balance focused, but you should do less damage to people and more damage to buildings. For example, you should be doing 20 damage per shot to people and 40 damage per shot to buildings. Not only that, increase the accuracy. I believe recently they decreased the accuracy because they can't figure out how else to balance the damn things. Put the accuracy a little bit better than what you got it. Less damage to people, more damage to buildings, and then add a slower fire rate. Instead of add like boom, 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 boom. Test that out. Find a nice balance that works for that. Now, exiting the plane is a massive deal. And it was the first time I played squads. That's when I realized Epic has a huge problem with balancing their games. We were playing a squad game, ran up to one group, slaughtered them. Another group showed up, slaughtered them. But by this time, some of us need to heal. We had one man down, a few of us need to heal, and then next thing you know, a plane shows up. Here we go. How does Epic design the plane for people to exit the plane? All you do is dive bomb, get close to the ground, or, and I've seen this, people dive straight into the ground and then exit the plane the moment the plane hits the ground, the nose of the plane, and you immediately appear on the ground. There's a way to do it where it's like you instantly appear in front of the enemy. That is asinine that made it into the game. The first game I played in squads, I immediately looked at how that was set up and I thought, why the hell don't they have them eject from the plane? Instead of just parachuting right where the plane is, why don't they just eject them? And that is balance. Because now the plane transports you to a fight faster. Oftentimes, you're there to third party somebody who's already in a fight or just got done with multiple fights, and it's fair that you just drive close to the ground and you're on the ground 2 feet away from the person you're going to be fighting, who most likely has less health than you. In an instant, you just appear on the ground and you could start shooting and building and all that. Hell no, that is insane. That is asinine. It should eject you. Let's say 20 meters or 40 feet into the air, however the hell the game has it set up. Let's say it shoots you in the air, kind of like a launch pad, how it always shoots you in the air. I don't care if the plane is sideways, upside down, it's a video game. I don't give a shit. It should shoot you straight into the air, not straight up, because if the plane's upside down, you're going to get stupid glitches and whatever. Have it shoot you straight up no matter where you're at. If the plane blows up, you eject. As it blows up, you still take damage. Hell, maybe even if you balance it right, you don't even need to take damage when the plane blows up because it ejects you. And I think that would be a nice thing to add. Sound cues, we'll get to that in a different video. My God, the sound cues in this game. But sound cues, why doesn't it beep when it's close to blowing up? Some of this stuff should be in there the first time they bring out the plane. So this way, instead of a plane in squads, 4 people on a plane, driving straight to the ground and then appearing on the ground, or just floating with their glider for half a second and then landing on the ground and instantly fighting, they fly up, they eject 20, 40 feet into the air, and then they gotta swoop down as if they were coming down from a launch pad. And this will balance it well because the people on the plane get the advantage of traveling to the fight and to the enemies quicker, but now you balance it on the opposite end to the people who are being attacked from somebody on a plane. The people on the plane now have to use a little more skill and thought as to when they exit. They can't just exit right on top of the group because they're going to be gliding down and they're going to be, sitting ducks unless they want to try to do that. Hopefully they don't get popped and then they can fight. That's on them. But this way, if it ejects them, both parties get a well-balanced version of the game. One gets transportation, they still gotta successfully try to eject themselves in a right area. It still is a little bit of skill. There's a little bit of skill gap where new people are gonna be a little, crap at it compared to people who get good at it. And then on the flip side, the people being attacked aren't gonna be bum rushed instantly. And when it comes to dive bombing buildings, I know Epic seems to be focused on that way too heavily. I think you should get damage to the plane, but a lot less damage than what they have in the game currently. It should be something like, I don't even know the HP of the plane. Let's say it's, if the plane's HP is 200, let's say it's 25 damage every time you ram into a building. You have the structures, the buildings that are already there, and then the building material that the players create. It's just a flat 25 damage no matter what you hit. However, going through that material, you as the player will take damage. And stop doing damage only to the HP. You got HP and shield. As far as I'm concerned, the way this game is set up, we know you copied PUBG and all other shooting games and yada yada yada, and it makes sense with them because you start out and you put on armor. In Fortnite, that is just so dumb. Your full health is 200 HP. Enough of this shield bullshit. You drink a blue Slurpee. Come the hell on. They need to correct that also. Everyone should drop out of the plane with 200 HP. 100 green, 100 blue. It's as simple as that. Enough of this shield. That's just so stupid. That's a minor nitpick that I know a lot of people are going to have problems with that I personally think is just dumb. Give everyone 200 HP and then have 2 different type of heals when you're in the battlefield. That's fine for me. But when you're taking damage flying the plane, both the pilot and the person on the wing should take damage. Let's say it's 30 damage every time you fly through a base. Now, if you're at 200 HP and you want to take the risk, you can fly through 3 different structures before you got to refill your shield. You know, if you don't have any shield, then you're going to have a lot less incentive to dive bomb through structures. That's the point. You don't want them dive bombing through structures like it's nothing. And I know increasing the damage to the plane, you might think that's curbing it, but you're really not. Because some of these people just drive through, and then they take the plane, somewhat damaged, to go pick up another plane. I've actually seen it. I've seen people go nuts with planes and then just ditch the plane and jump into another plane, go nuts with planes, and then try to get into a 3rd friggin' plane. Finally, I clapped them after that. But you don't understand. You have to think about some players are going to play super toxic. You want to curb that as much as possible. Adding some of these corrections will do that. And when you're hit by the plane, what the hell is up with the repeat damage? You ever get hit by the plane and it's weird how the plane hits you and a building and the plane kind of stutters a moment and it makes you look like the plane hits you, but you're kind of lingering there for a 2-second period, and the game calculates that as you get hit multiple times and all of a sudden you're like at 80 health, 70 health, you're dead. I've had that happen multiple times where the plane hits me or rams through a building and I hit the front of the plane and then the wing and I'm dead. I'm at full health, 200, but the plane hits me and it takes me down to 50 health, but I still have 100 shield. And then the wing hits me and I'm down to 0 health, but 100 shield, and I still die. That is asinine that you guys balance this game and think that's even good. Again, the idea is to make the game fun and enjoyable. Yes, it's going to be frustrating because of the skill gap. Every game that's multiplayer, that's online multiplayer, is going to have some level of frustration. Absolutely. If you want to cater to the new casual fan base, they should install a rank system. Now, hear me out a second. It should be a ranked system where you have Fortnite that is a free-for-all. There's no ranking. It's whoever wants to go in, good or bad, you go into that classic Fortnite. Set up another special server or something for the noobs, the new beginners, the new people, or anyone interested in a ranking system. Call it test your whatever, you know what I'm saying? Now, that doesn't make sense for the new guys, but it would make sense for people who are ranked and good players. You can test your skill and yada yada yada, but create a server specifically to track players and then put them in ranked lobbies. And you need to rank it based on kills, in my opinion. It doesn't matter how long you've been playing the game. My daughter's only 9. She could play for 1,000 trillion hours and she's not going to be anywhere as good as a 30-year-old or a 20-year-old or a 15-year-old who's playing 1,000 friggin' hours. Don't go by hours. That's so dumb. It's so incredibly dumb. Don't go by wins because people can throw their games. Go by eliminations. No one, and I mean no one, is throwing eliminations just to stay ranked in a certain level. They'll throw wins because they'll kill 20 people in the lobby and just die in the end. It doesn't matter to them as long as they can stay under the rank and kind of glitch the rank system. Go by eliminations. If you have 1,000 eliminations, you're in the beginner lobby. If you have over 1,000 to 5,000, you're in the secondary lobby. 5,000 to 10,000, now you're stepping it up. If you have 10,000 to 50,000, you're in the bigger bracket. And if you have 100,000 or 50,000 and above, then you're in the pro brackets or whatever it is. This was just a little rant off the top of my head. If you want something a little more structured, I promise the Storm video will be a little more structured because that's something that I do find is important, and I've already thought about that since season 2. The first time I even played Fortnite, the first month I played Fortnite, the Storm was bad back then. They had a terrible setup. It was constantly, the map was picking top left, top left, top left for every single zone, or bottom right, bottom right, bottom right. And it never would be like bottom right, bottom left to give people a chance. If you were on the opposite side, you were constantly running. And I think it was not intended. I think they just screwed up how they programmed or developed the game, and no one really picked up on it. I know some people complained at the Storm, but if you look at the patterns, it was constantly set in one pattern. It would go top left, top left, top left, or bottom right, bottom left, and it would continue that pattern per match. You know what I'm saying? saying, causing everybody on the opposite side to have a really hard time dealing with the storm because they were constantly trying to play catch up to get to it. So anyway, that's my thoughts and opinions on the storm. If you guys want to let me know your thoughts and opinions, go ahead and put those in the comment box. I guarantee you get read and your voices will be heard. I'm dying to know what you guys think. And also, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We got a lot of Fortnite videos coming. We had a bunch uploaded since the new year, so check those out. And also, we're partnering with DD Gaming. I'll put the link down below. You can check out their Fortnite videos. They got some compilation videos up. It's a newer gaming channel, new Fortnite content, but we're getting a setup over there under the Make a Path Presents umbrella. That's the main channel, the bigger channel, but we're setting up some things for a lot more gaming content. So hit that subscribe button. There's a lot more coming. Again, thoughts and opinions in the comment box. I'm done talking. It's your turn.